The pale gleam of the Aurora research station flickers over the vast, desolate expanse of ice, a near absolute darkness swallowing the landscape, broken only by the station's desperate glow. Outside, the wind howls like a banshee, and temperatures plummet to levels that would freeze the very air. But it is not the cold that haunts us tonight. It is the discovery that emerged from it. A discovery that, by all accounts of human history and technological progression, should not exist. Imagine for a moment that everything you've been taught about the history of civilization is a carefully constructed narrative, a comfortable illusion. Not necessarily malicious, perhaps, but certainly incomplete. A gargantuan void, filled with the reassuring belief that technology, as we know it, is a linear progression, a steady climb from crude stone tools to the intricate silicon marvels we hold in our hands today. What if I told you that, buried beneath millennia of glacial ice in the most inhospitable place on Earth, lies an artifact that challenges every single premise of that belief? A piece of engineering so profoundly advanced that it renders our supercomputers mere abacuses, and our rockets little more than steam toys. This isn't the fanciful musing of science fiction. This is what the whispers of undeniable evidence suggest, a secret as chillingly cold as the very ground from which it was exhumed. The year was 2018. A geological exploration team, funded by a private foundation with deep, perhaps shadowy, interests in rare earth mineral mining, was conducting routine deepcore drilling operations in the remote eastern sector of Antarctica. Their drilling rig, a marvel of automated engineering designed to penetrate depths previously unreachable, registered an anomaly. It wasn't a known geological formation. It was something unmistakably metallic, undeniably symmetrical, and most disturbingly, it emitted an energy signature so profound, so utterly alien, that it caused the team's most sophisticated instruments to violently seize and then flatline. The team leader, a grizzled geophysicist with over 3 decades of polar exploration under his belt, initially dismissed it as a sensor malfunction, perhaps a stray fragment of an ancient satellite, or mundane space debris. Yet, the anomaly's persistent presence across multiple readings, combined with the utterly bizarre nature of its energy output, demanded a closer, far more urgent investigation. What unfolded next was an operation of clandestine extraction, bankrolled not by government coffers or public grants, but by a discreet network of individuals whose names would send shivers down the spines of those familiar with global power dynamics. No official permits were sought. No press releases were drafted. There was only the gnawing cold, the deafening silence of the White Continent, and a hand-picked team of specialists working feverishly, driven by an almost pathological curiosity, and perhaps more potently, the dawning, terrifying realization that what lay beneath them had the potential to utterly rewrite human history, not just for academics, but for every single living soul on this planet. The extraction itself was a masterpiece of precision and stealth. Massive thermal drills were deployed, not to bore, but to delicately melt the ancient ice, layer by painstaking layer, forming a cavern around the anomaly. Every cubic meter of meltwater was meticulously filtered and analyzed, every sliver of ice examined for clues. It was a race against time, against the brutal elements, and against the growing apprehension that whatever they were unearthing might prove too volatile, too dangerous to handle. As the last vestiges of ice reluctantly surrendered their grip, and the true form of the object slowly, magnificently emerged from its frozen tomb, the shock was palpable, a collective gasp swallowed by the vast silence of the ice cavern. The object was not a fragment. It was a device. Whole. Flawless. And utterly, horrifyingly alien. Preliminary geological analysis and carbon dating of the surrounding ice layers placed its burial at least 12,000 years ago. Let that number sink in. 12,000 years. This would firmly place its origin in the period of the Younger Dryas, a cataclysmic epoch of rapid global cooling and mass extinctions that profoundly reshaped the Earth. What do we know about that era? Primitive tribes of hunter-gatherers, the tentative dawn of rudimentary agriculture. Certainly, not a civilization capable of conceiving, let alone constructing, an object of this magnitude and complexity. Yet, here it was, the device itself stands roughly 3 meters tall, a monolithic structure of intricate, geometric forms that defy any known architectural or engineering classification. There are no visible seams, no rivets, no welds, no discernible points of assembly. It appears to have been flawlessly molded from a single, seamless material, a metal utterly unknown to modern metallurgy. It possesses an unnatural, dull luster, absorbing the ambient light rather than reflecting it, and its touch is cold, a chill that seems to draw heat from the hand without itself warming. Its surfaces are intricately covered in patterns that defy simple interpretation. Some speculate they are highly advanced hieroglyphs, others insist they are complex circuit diagrams, and a few whisper of fractal geometries hinting at a deeper universal language. And most unsettling of all, it pulses. A subtle, almost imperceptible thrumming of energy, felt more as a resonant vibration in the air than heard, a silent heartbeat emanating from within its cold, silent form. The handful of scientists, a truly elite and desperate collective, who have had the unprecedented, yet terrifying, opportunity to study it under the most extreme levels of secrecy, report properties that utterly defy our current understanding of physics. When activated through certain, as yet undetermined sequences, and the very method of activation remains one of the greatest and most dangerous mysteries, it appears to interact with the very fabric of space-time in truly bizarre and inexplicable ways. Small objects placed in its immediate vicinity have been observed to vanish for microseconds, only to reappear subtly displaced. The ambient temperature around the device fluctuates wildly, defying thermodynamics, rising and plummeting without any discernible external cause. There are whispered, unconfirmed reports of visual distortions within the sterile confines of the laboratory, as if the very air itself is warping and shimmering, bending light in impossible ways. Some daring theorists speculate it is a direct energy generator, capable of extracting boundless power directly from the quantum vacuum, the elusive zero-point energy that promises humanity a future free from resource scarcity. Others, with a tremor in their voices, whisper of a localized portal to other dimensions, a gateway to realms beyond our comprehension, opening transient windows into parallel realities. A few, the truly bold, dare to suggest it is a miniature terraforming device, a seed of creation or transformation left behind by a civilization so unimaginably ancient that it could reshape planets. Its sheer, unfathomable complexity is such that, if it hadn't been discovered whole and intact, no modern scientist, no matter how imaginative, would ever believe it could have been constructed by any known civilization, past or present on Earth. But why is it forbidden? Here lies the true heart of this chilling narrative. Since the initial, horrifying realization of the discovery leaked beyond the immediate, trusted circle of explorers and scientists, a seismic tremor has apparently reverberated through the highest echelons of global power. World powers, typically at odds, are rumored to have forged an unspoken, unbreakable pact of secrecy. Covert agencies, intelligence networks, and military black ops units are said to have mobilized with unprecedented speed and stealth. The object itself was, according to these whispers, swiftly and meticulously transferred to an ultra-secure, secret installation, likely buried deep within the desolate reaches of the Nevada desert, perhaps beneath the infamous Area 51, or within a newly constructed subterranean fortress engineered to withstand any conceivable threat. The fear, you see, is not simply of the technology itself, potent as it may be. The profound terror is of what it represents. If a civilization predating our last great ice age possessed such engineering prowess, then the entire, accepted narrative of human history is not merely incomplete, but fundamentally, catastrophically flawed. This artifact, this forgotten prototype, threatens to shatter the very foundations of archaeology, anthropology, religious dogma, and most critically of all, the established order of power that governs our world. Consider the ramifications. If such a technology could be fully understood, reverse-engineered, and replicated, energy would become boundless and free. Imagine a world where the concept of a power bill is as archaic as the abacus. The very geopolitics of our planet, currently fueled by finite fossil resources, would crumble. Economies built on scarcity would collapse. The intricate systems of control over populations, based on the distribution and rationing of vital resources, would simply vanish into thin air. And what if the device is not merely an energy generator but something infinitely more profound? A direct communicator with intelligences beyond the stars, instantly shattering our cosmic isolation. Or a key to unlocking the very fabric of reality, allowing us to manipulate space, time, or even consciousness itself. Knowledge is power, and this technology represents a power so utterly vast, so utterly transformative, that the select few who are rumored to hold its secrets would never, under any circumstances, allow it to be revealed to the masses. The potential for societal chaos, for unforeseen consequences, for a shift in human evolution that no one is prepared for, is simply too great. But from where did this impossible device truly come? We are left with a handful of profoundly disturbing theories, each more mind-bending than the last. The first, and perhaps the most palatable for those clinging to the vestiges of conventional science, is that it is an artifact of a lost terrestrial supercivilization. A civilization that flourished here on Earth, perhaps tens of thousands of years ago, long before the last great ice age, and that was utterly erased by a global cataclysm, the very Younger Dryas event that buried it. Whispers of vast, sophisticated submerged cities, impossibly precise structures found in remote, unpopulated regions, and accounts of advanced knowledge encoded in ancient texts, such as the Vedic scriptures or the tantalizing legends of Atlantis, are frequently cited by proponents of this theory. Could this device be the smoking gun, the tangible, undeniable proof of an ancient race of builders, a humanity so vastly superior in its understanding of physics and engineering that our modern achievements are but child's play? A civilization that vanished, leaving behind only this one, crucial piece of their technology, perhaps as a message, a test, or a warning for a future generation to uncover. The second theory pushes the very boundaries of our comprehension even further: an extraterrestrial origin. An alien artifact. A vessel, or part of one, that crash-landed on our world millennia ago, or a sophisticated device deliberately left behind by visitors from other stars. The impossible energy signature, the unknown material composition, the complete lack of any discernible feature that remotely resembles known terrestrial engineering or design, all these anomalies scream of a non-human origin. Perhaps it is an exploratory tool from a distant civilization, a terraforming unit, or even a pre-programmed message, or a grim warning, from an intelligence beyond our wildest dreams. The idea that we are alone in the universe is a comforting, if isolating, belief for many. But this single piece of technology, if it is indeed alien, would shatter that fragile notion of cosmic solitude, forcing humanity to confront its true, often terrifying, place in the vast, teeming cosmos. And the third, perhaps the most existentially terrifying theory of all, is that it is a prototype from the future. A device that, through some catastrophic temporal anomaly, or perhaps by deliberate intention, traveled backward in time to our current era. This hypothesis immediately throws up a dizzying array of paradoxes and ethical dilemmas. If humanity is destined to achieve such a level of technological mastery in the future, what unforeseen events or choices led to this crucial piece of our own future being lost in our ancient past? Is it a dire warning, a desperate plea from the future to alter our course? Is it a test, a puzzle left for our current selves to solve? Or perhaps it is merely a broken remnant of a future timeline that we must either strive to achieve or, conversely, desperately work to prevent. The very idea that we are unearthing fragments of our own destiny, without the key to unlock its true meaning, is a mind-bending descent into the unknown. The evidence for the existence of this device, it must be stressed, is far from official. It emanates from the deepest, darkest corners of the internet, from the hushed whispers of anonymous sources operating within highly classified scientific and military communities, from tantalizingly incomplete leaks of encrypted documents, and from the desperate, often fragmented, testimonies of alleged whistleblowers who claim to have been present during the initial extraction or subsequent analysis. There are grainy, pixelated photographs and shaky, low-resolution videos that circulate on the dark web, tantalizingly showing an object that eerily resembles the described artifact, a pulsating form, surrounded by advanced containment equipment, bathed in an otherworldly glow. Plausible deniability remains the most potent weapon in the arsenal of those determined to suppress this knowledge. Any official mention is swiftly and unequivocally dismissed as baseless conspiracy theory, viral disinformation, or simply the product of an overactive imagination, but the ice, the ancient enduring ice, does not lie. The anomalous energy readings, the impossible geological context, these were not a mirage, not a trick of the light or a sensor error. And the deafening silence from global powers regarding this specific, once accessible region of Antarctica, now reportedly under unprecedented military scrutiny and surveillance, speaks volumes louder than any official denial. They know. They are studying. They are attempting to replicate. And they are actively, deliberately, hiding it from you. What does all of this mean for us, the everyday citizens living under the comfortable blanket of official narratives. It means that history is a tapestry woven with countless loose threads, countless hidden knots. It means that the truth, when finally uncovered, is far stranger, far more profound, and often far more terrifying than any fiction we could conjure. And it means that, somewhere deep within an ancient, untouched layer of pristine ice, a fragment of unimaginable power has been awakened, and with it, the promise of a new era, or the chilling premonition of a global disaster. This forbidden device, whether it originates from a forgotten terrestrial civilization, an alien race, or a distant future, forces us to confront the very limits of our understanding. It compels us to question not only our history, but our very place in the universe, our potential, and our limitations. Are we truly ready for what it might reveal? Are we prepared for the raw, untamed power it represents? Or are we, ourselves, merely prototypes, forgotten by the ages, waiting to be rediscovered by something even greater, something we cannot yet comprehend? The chilling darkness of the Arctic guards its secrets with ruthless efficiency. But for how much longer? Curiosity, persistent and insatiable, is a fire that can melt even the most ancient ice. And what finally emerges from its icy grip may just change everything you thought you knew about our world, and humanity's true place within it. Think about it. Research it for yourself. Because the truth is out there, and it is infinitely more complex, more awe-inspiring, and more terrifying than we could ever imagine. And so, we stand at the precipice of a truth far more profound and terrifying than any official narrative dares to admit. The Arctic anomaly is not just a relic of the past, it is a pulsating question mark over everything we thought we knew. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable reality that our world, our history, and our very future may be intricately woven with secrets deliberately buried, technologies actively suppressed, and discoveries conveniently forgotten. But the quest for forbidden knowledge doesn't end here, with the closing moments of this video. For those who truly crave to delve deeper, for those whose minds have been awakened to the whispers of a grander, hidden reality, the journey has just begun. This video, compelling as it may be, is merely a single key to a far larger vault of secrets. It is a glimpse into one of the many, forgotten prototypes, that lie hidden from plain sight. If your mind is now reeling with questions, if your curiosity burns with an insatiable desire for more, then I invite you to take the next critical step. I've distilled years of relentless research, countless hours of cross-referencing fragmented whispers, and daring explorations into the most unsettling theories into a single, comprehensive volume. It's an expanded journey into not just the Arctic anomaly, but a vast network of suppressed technologies and lost discoveries from across human history and beyond. This is the truth you won't find in textbooks, the revelations that powerful forces have gone to unimaginable lengths to keep from you. This is the understanding that will forever shift your perception of reality. This extensive deep dive, meticulously compiled and designed to shatter your preconceived notions, is titled, The Arctic Anomaly and Beyond, Unveiling Humanity's Suppressed Technologies and Lost Discoveries. Within its pages, you'll find an even more granular exposé of the forbidden device, new speculative insights into its true function and its terrifying, world-altering potential. You'll uncover more compelling evidence for the ancient, lost civilizations that might have once wielded such impossible power, civilizations whose very existence contradicts everything we've been taught. We delve further into the chilling possibility of alien prototypes scattered across our solar system, artifacts that serve as silent witnesses to cosmic visits, and the mind-bending concept of future technologies accidentally lost in our past, blurring the very lines of time itself. And perhaps most critically, we expose the intricate web of suppression, detailing the forces at play, the insidious methods they employ, and the profound, often chilling, reasons why this knowledge has been kept from you for so long. This isn't just an ebook, it's your personal compendium of the world's most guarded secrets, a direct link to the deeper, unfiltered truths that underpin our reality. And for a limited time, you can gain permanent access to this entire vault of forbidden knowledge for just $9. Think about that, less than the cost of a couple of coffees, for a lifetime of enlightenment that will fundamentally change how you view your world, your past, and your future. Furthermore, as a profound thank you for those who choose to stand with us on this quest, for those who truly support this channel's mission to unearth what's hidden, when the physical, hardcover edition of The Arctic Anomaly and Beyond is finally launched, a true collector's item for any dedicated seeker of truth, you, as a digital purchaser, will receive a free physical copy mailed directly to your door. This is our way of ensuring that those who stand with us on the bleeding edge of forgotten knowledge are rewarded for their unwavering support and their commitment to the truth. Your purchase not only grants you instant, exclusive access to these profound revelations, it directly fuels the continued research, the relentless pursuit of hidden truths, and the production of more content that dares to question the accepted narratives. It allows this channel to keep shining a light into the darkest, most mysterious corners of our reality, to keep bringing you the stories they desperately don't want you to hear. So, if you are truly ready to pull back the veil, to understand the forces that shape our existence, and to join a growing community of awakened minds committed to uncovering the truth, then act now. The link to acquire your copy of The Arctic Anomaly and Beyond, Unveiling Humanity's Suppressed Technologies and Lost Discoveries, is right there, in the description below and pinned in the top comment. Click it. The secrets are waiting. Are you truly ready to find them?